Each of us lives, dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality.
The first time we saw Itachi, we felt that Itachi was a selfish villain who never once thought about all the innocent lives he took. He killed all the parents and their children, all their dreams and goals. We knew him as a clan slayer and also a traitor to the village who chose to kill his own family just to join the Akatsuki. And all of this changed when we realized that he did everything for a reason greater than life itself, a reason that had become his philosophy in living. Itachi's story began when he was just 4 years old. At that time, Konoha was involved in the Third Great Shinobi War. Fugaku Uchiha, Itachi's father, earned his reputation there. He was incredibly strong and was even considered for the 4th Hokage position after the war ended. Fugaku used this war as a lesson for Itachi. He brought him onto the battlefield. He showed his son the scattered corpses. Fugaku didn't bring Itachi to explain that war was damaging and should be avoided whenever possible. Instead, he said that it was the role of a shinobi to fight, to kill, and to die. But here, Itachi didn't see what his father saw. His father believed that war and conflict were necessary, and that one had to be strong because it was their duty as shinobi. Itachi saw something different. He did say he would become strong. He even said he would become the strongest shinobi in the world, but not to fight or kill, to eliminate fighting and killing itself. In that moment, the very young Itachi saw hell and made a promise to himself to erase that hell from the shinobi world. He vowed to train and become the strongest so he could eliminate all conflict and create peace. After the war ended, he trained and trained relentlessly to become stronger. And when Sasuke was born, he saw something new. He didn't just want to be strong to end conflict. He wanted to be strong to create a world where his little brother could live in peace. Itachi saw Sasuke as a symbol of peace itself, a symbol untouched by conflict, wrapped only in serenity. He wanted to make that permanent, to create a world where his brother and everyone else could live in harmony. When Naruto was born, the Nine Tails appeared. The Konoha elders ordered the Uchiha not to engage, assigning them as far away as possible. They suspected the Uchiha might be behind the tragedy. Konoha feared that the Uchiha could control the Nine Tails and use it for their own gain, like Madara once did. After this tragedy, Konoha feared the Uchiha's power, so they isolated them, pushing the entire clan to the edge of the village. This act enraged the Uchiha. Here, 5-year-old Itachi saw it all. He witnessed how they couldn't separate their personal emotions from what was good for Konoha. This was the first time Itachi saw the shallow thinking of his clan. Itachi continued training, relentlessly. He was exceptional. His abilities were extraordinary. He met Shisui, a shinobi slightly older than him. They trained together and grew stronger together. Itachi came to see Shisui as his own brother. He was the only one who truly connected him to the Uchiha. He completed the academy in just 4 months and became a genin at age 7 with the highest grades. Itachi became the pride of his clan because of his incredible abilities. He was admired as the best shinobi of his generation, recognized as a genius beyond the rest. His talents weren't just acknowledged by those close to him, but by nearly the entire village. Even from a young age, Itachi appeared mature. He was calm, wise, and seemed capable of handling any situation he faced. Despite all his abilities, achievements, talent, and popularity, he remained humble. He never felt arrogant about what he could do. And he was nothing like the other Uchiha who often looked down on others. Nearly everything he said was objective, unbiased, and accurate. For a 7-year-old, his way of thinking was already on par with a Hokage. He studied history, not just of his clan and village, but of the entire world. He knew more than the people around him. He observed people and what was in their minds without getting directly involved until he felt he fully understood them. His father, Fugaku Uchiha, leader of the Uchiha clan, was extremely proud of his son. He believed the clan's future would be bright in his hands. This made Fugaku focus more on Itachi than Sasuke. He even seemed indifferent towards Sasuke, but Itachi made up for it by always showing love to his little brother. Itachi was once asked by Danzo if there were 10 shinobi
and one had a contagious disease, and he would die, and you couldn't save him, what would you do? Itachi answered that he would kill the sick person to prevent the disease from spreading. Here, we see Itachi's objective, utilitarian mindset. He was willing to kill one if it meant saving the other 9. When he was given a difficult mission with his team, 8-year-old Itachi saw his friend get killed by Tobi, right in front of his eyes. From the start, he had trained as hard as he could to erase conflict. He desperately wanted peace, and yet he saw his friend die right in front of him. After the mission ended, he rested, and during this time, he tormented himself. His Sharingan was active, but he felt tortured looking through those eyes, because those were the only eyes he saw on Tobi's face, the one who killed his friend.
At age 10, Itachi passed the Chunin exam and was proposed by his father to join the Anbu. Fugaku Uchiha said he placed Itachi there to make him a spy.
Here, Itachi is confused. He feels that the Uchiha are part of Konoha. He asks, doesn't doing such a thing mean spying on yourself? His words anger the Uchiha who hear them, and this is the moment when Itachi realizes he is alone within his own clan. Itachi doesn't agree with the plan his father has, but he still joins the Anbu, because from Itachi's perspective, being assigned as an Anbu is an honorable thing. By receiving this mission, he feels closer to his dedication to peace. For Itachi, any action that can save more people, any action that can ultimately bring peace, even if it means he will be hated for it, he will do it, because he believes that it is his responsibility as a shinobi. When Itachi hears about the Uchiha's plan for a coup against Konoha, he remembers the war he once witnessed. He realizes that a coup would only bring more fighting and suffering. He understands that if the coup were to happen, the fourth great ninja war would most likely follow, and he wouldn't be able to save his brother from that conflict. Itachi deeply respects his village. He believes that the village is more than just a community. He feels the village has a greater purpose than just his clan or even his family. He understands how the past unfolded, and he feels capable of seeing what lies ahead. The Uchiha are merely a proud clan who believe their strength is above all others, and because of that, they feel entitled to power in Konoha. Just because they think they're stronger, the Nikushimi no Noroi, or the curse of hatred that flows through the blood of the Uchiha, is what drives them to believe they must carry out the coup. This curse can be traced back to their ancestors from the Utsutsuki clan. Understanding this, along with the entire history of the Uchiha and Konoha, makes Itachi realize that Hai no Ishi, or the will of fire, is a better path than the curse of hatred. Itachi thinks like a Hokage. He observes current teachings and the existing history. He understands the village's responsibility to its people. He also understands that the Uchiha's anger cannot be justified. Fugaku only sees his son as a pipeline between Konoha and the Uchiha. He only supports Itachi's success if it can benefit the Uchiha. The clan has already distanced itself from both Itachi and Konoha, and yet Itachi still stands by his clan. What the Uchiha fail to understand is that the coup they wish to carry out could flood Konoha with blood, and could potentially spark another great ninja war, meaning thousands of lives lost. Itachi hates war. He cannot bear to witness the suffering that war brings. Itachi ends up becoming a spy for Konoha against the Uchiha, handing over information about the clan to the third Hokage and other Konoha elders, including Danzo. The longer Itachi serves in the Anbu, the more he sees the outside world and learns from his missions. He becomes more aware and brave enough to tell his clan that the Uchiha are fabricating this conflict. There is no real terrifying threat they should be so afraid of. These statements cause the Uchiha to grow suspicious of him. After that, Itachi begins acting strangely, no longer attending important clan meetings and continuing to say things that should not be said about the clan. Shisui meets Itachi and tells him that the Uchiha have ordered him to spy on Itachi. He also says that the coup might be officially decided in the next Uchiha clan meeting. Then, Itachi and Shisui make a plan to use Shisui's Kotoamatsu Kami on Fugaku to change his mind. But before that, Danzo summons Shisui and has already planned to steal his eye, effectively ruining their plan. Itachi waits for Shisui's return to hear whether the plan succeeded, but the one who shows up is a severely injured Shisui, missing one eye. Here, Shisui sacrifices himself, and Itachi awakens his Mangekyu Sharingan, placing his trust in Itachi. The next day, 3 Uchiha come and accuse him of killing Shisui. Having lost his closest friend, Itachi becomes enraged and attacks all 3 of them. Itachi, who was already distant from his clan, becomes even more separated because of this event. Itachi was then appointed as the head of the Anbu at just 13 years old. Here, he questioned Danzo about why he killed Shisui. Danzo answered honestly. He said that Shisui's eyes would be more useful in his own possession because their plan wouldn't succeed otherwise. And at this point, they both realized that the only way to stop the coup was to eliminate all of the Uchiha. Not long after this, Itachi realized that Danzo had been watching and possibly controlling him from the very beginning. Itachi was isolated by Danzo. Danzo knew everything about Itachi. He knew that he was sensitive, that he loved his little brother deeply, and he also understood the depth of Itachi's loyalty to Konoha. Danzo knew that, under the right circumstances, he could manipulate Itachi into doing exactly what he wanted. So, he targeted those close to Itachi and went after Shisui, who would eventually take his own life. He pushed Itachi further into isolation by placing him in the Anbu. Itachi felt lonely. With Shisui's death, he had no one left. There was no one to connect him to the clan anymore, because we know his father never could. Shisui shared the same dedication to both Konoha and the clan. Shisui wasn't opposed to the clan like Itachi was, but he was the one who taught Itachi the value of self-sacrifice, and it was Shisui himself who asked Itachi to protect the village and the Uchiha. Itachi felt that pressure. Danzo planted seeds of doubt in his mind and gave him a false dilemma to distort his thinking. And with Obito constantly appearing and threatening him, Itachi felt there was only one clear decision to make. Itachi realized that Danzo was responsible for all the terrible things Konoha had done in the past, and killing him would only further damage the village. When Itachi attended the Uchiha meeting, he saw their frustration and anger. He understood their reasons for wanting a coup, so he also knew exactly what Danzo wanted, but still, he accepted Danzo's offer and chose to kill hundreds from his own clan, including his own parents. He did it because, even though Danzo seemed to be controlling him, Itachi was still the one making the decision. He knew that peace could never be achieved if the coup took place. Itachi was deeply committed to anything that could bring peace to a world full of hatred and violence. On the other hand, the Uchiha were a clan that deeply valued love and relationships. They felt those bonds more strongly than anyone else, and Itachi held this love for his younger brother, Sasuke. He was willing to sacrifice anything to save him, and he knew that the only way to save him was to bring peace. When Itachi spied on the Uchiha, he saw Obito and invited him to join in the plan to kill all the Uchiha. Obito helped murder the women and children. He agreed because he had always wanted Itachi to join the Akatsuki. When Itachi prepared to kill his own parents, he also set his plan in motion to make Sasuke hate him. Itachi tried to shape Sasuke's future by creating a false image of himself so that Sasuke would despise his own brother. Then, Itachi went to Danzo and warned him that if anything happened to Sasuke, he would reveal everything Danzo had done. Itachi also told Hiruzen to protect Sasuke. Here, we can see Itachi saving his little brother, but at the cost of sacrificing everyone in his clan. But looking again, even though he saved Sasuke, we can see how it destroyed him mentally. Itachi broke Sasuke's spirit. Sasuke became someone who felt disgust and rage toward the world because of Itachi. He was haunted his entire life by the death of his parents. He couldn't accept the fact that the brother he admired so much, the brother he was so proud of, the brother he believed loved him dearly, was willing to murder their parents and show it to him. Itachi once tortured Sasuke by placing him under genjutsu, repeatedly showing him the death of their parents, to remind him of how weak he was, how pathetic he was. Itachi was the reason Sasuke made all the mistakes he did. We can see that his clan could no longer be saved, and Itachi felt that, at the very least, he could prevent the possibility of war and save his brother. Itachi believed he was carrying the burden of the world on his shoulders alone. He felt the pressure of becoming a great shinobi, the pressure of losing his best friend, the pressure to solve the clan's problems, to save his little brother, and to bring peace. All of this he carried at the young age of 14, and he had to make a decision to resolve it all. The reason he protected Sasuke was because he was convinced that Sasuke was the representation of everything he believed was good, a symbol of something touched only by peace, not conflict, and he felt that his love for his brother was something real. Itachi once said that when death comes for you, you realize who you truly are. In both of Itachi's deaths, we can see that from the beginning, Itachi truly loved his brother. Even if we can't be certain whether Itachi was good or evil, we can see that he would sacrifice anything for his younger brother. Itachi knew that Konoha would never view the Uchiha as a good clan, but at least he could preserve the honor of his clan and preserve the last Uchiha, making him one day a hero by killing Itachi. Itachi joined the Akatsuki to protect the village and his brother. He told the third Hokage to protect Sasuke and said that he would meet Sasuke from time to make him hate him more and more, to the point where Sasuke would want to kill him. All of this was meant to make Sasuke stronger, strong enough to one day kill Itachi and become the hero of the Uchiha, restoring their name. For Itachi, there was no other decision to be made. He knew that civil war would happen no matter what. The death of the Uchiha was inevitable, and what Itachi did was make them silent and preserve their reputation before the world. He didn't let the Uchiha be remembered as an arrogant clan willing to sacrifice many just to gain power. And Itachi did it all so that his brother could become a hero and preserve the honor of their name. Itachi sacrificed his father and mother and even his entire clan. He sacrificed everything for peace and for saving his brother. Itachi did what a shinobi was supposed to do. He tried to achieve his goal by saving the village. In a world that values loyalty and sacrifice for something greater, Itachi believed that everything he did was the right thing and something that needed to be done as a shinobi. Making difficult decisions was part of his duty. In his reality, it was the right thing to do, and the village was something worth fighting for in order to achieve peace. Itachi Uchiha was willing to live his life branded as a clan murderer and a village traitor, to live hated by the brother he loved so dearly. He was willing to kill everyone from his clan, including his own father and mother. Itachi was willing to do all of that, to create a world where there would be no more battles or killing, a world filled with peace,